This is the Mind the Gap podcast. It's presented by Michael Comyn. Please like and subscribe and tell your friends about it. You'll find more information and episode notes on www.mindthegap.ie.
Hello. Well, it just so happened that in this last week, I've had two separate conversations with people who found themselves irritated and annoyed by being sent on wellness courses by their company or organisation. And with all due respect to any of my colleagues who teach the topic, I kind of saw their point. Companies are trying to show they care by doing things like handing out resilience pizza or cupcakes or sharing boxes of bananas at lunchtime. And while these gestures are nice, do they really make a difference? When you look closer, it's clear that there are better ways to support each other than these quick fixes. Let's dive into why focusing on joy might be a little bit better than a well-meaning wellness program. Giving out free pizza or fruit can make us happy for a moment, but it doesn't tackle the deeper issue that affects our well-being at work. According to the researcher Frederick Herzberg's two-factor theory,
job satisfaction comes from two main factors: hygiene factors and motivators. Hygiene factors include things like salary, working conditions, and supervision. They're necessary to keep us from being unhappy, but they don't actually make us happy or motivated. Motivators are different. They include recognition, achievement, and opportunities for growth.
And these are the things that really drive satisfaction and engagement, and the absence of which, in many cases, lead to us feeling stressed and unhappy at work. Cupcakes, pizza, fruit boxes, they're more like hygiene factors. They might keep us from feeling completely overlooked, but they don't inspire or motivate us. To make a real difference, leaders, companies, and managers need to focus on motivators that help us feel valued and recognised. While it might be nice to have a treat, it's not going to make us feel genuinely better in the long run. Herzberg's theory points out that while hygiene factors can stop us from feeling bad, only motivators can make us feel good about work. Real wellness programs need to be part of a company culture, offering long-lasting benefits like opportunities for personal growth, meaningful work, and recognition for a job well done. These are the things that keep us engaged and satisfied over the long haul. Let's talk about a short but strange word. The word joy. Traditional wellness programs often use external rewards like fitness challenges or nutrition workshops that mightn't click with everyone. But joy is different. It's about finding a deep, personal sense of happiness and fulfilment. Research by Sean Acker shows that a positive mindset, driven by joy, can lead to higher engagement and productivity. This idea fits with Stoic philosophy, where true joy is seen as a stable, internal emotion that comes from living according to our values. When we find joy in what we do, we naturally become more engaged and motivated. Most wellness programs focus on physical health, like exercise and diet, and while these are important, they often overlook the emotional and psychological aspects of well-being. The Stoics believe that joy is crucial for building emotional resilience. This lasting state comes from living in harmony with our values and accepting life's ups and downs. Barbara Fredrickson's research shows that positive emotions like joy help us think more broadly and build lasting personal resilience. By promoting joy, we can develop the resilience we need to handle stress and stay well over the long term. Now, not everyone's going to get excited about finding themselves on a resilience program. Herzberg's theory tells us that motivators need to be personal and relevant to each individual. Real wellness programs should be tailored to meet our unique needs. For some, recognition and career growth might be the most significant motivators. For others, it might be work-life balance. There's that word. Or creative opportunities. A personalised approach to wellness is much more effective because it speaks directly to what each person finds meaningful. And that's the challenge for leadership. When companies rely on simple gestures like handing out food, there's a risk that we'll see these actions as tokenistic, like the company's just going through the motions, rather than genuinely caring about our well-being. Our friend Herzberg's model suggests that without real motivators, we can become disengaged and cynical. If wellness efforts feel superficial, we might start to believe that our company isn't truly invested in our well-being. Instead, companies could focus on real investment that show they value our contributions and care about our growth and happiness. Well, now you might argue that focusing on joy and well-being isn't a good use of a company's resources and time. But here's why that mightn't be true. First thing that happens is you get lower turnover, which results in lower costs. High employee turnover is expensive. By creating a work environment where we feel valued and motivated, companies can reduce turnover rates. When we're happy and satisfied, we're more likely to stay, saving the company the cost of hiring and training new people. We're more productive. When we're engaged, motivated people are more productive. When we're happy and we find joy in our work, we tend to be more efficient and creative, which ultimately benefits the company's bottom line. And healthier people take fewer sick days. People who feel positive and less stressed are less likely to get sick or burn out, which means fewer sick days and more consistent productivity. It also helps a company's reputation. Companies known for genuinely caring about their employees' well-being attract top talent. In today's competitive marketplace, being recognised as a great workplace is a big advantage. Companies that focus on well-being for their employees are more likely to thrive in the long run. A culture of joy and engagement fosters innovation, adaptability, and resilience, essential for success. But even in a positive work environment, you might still encounter people who drain your energy, sometimes referred to as emotional vampires. With these folks, learn to set boundaries. It's okay to limit your interactions with people who bring you down. Protect your own well-being by setting clear boundaries. Stay true to your values. Let your personal values guide your interactions. Sticking to what you believe in makes it easier to stay calm and positive, even around negativity. Be compassionate, but don't get sucked in. Understand that negative behaviour comes from personal struggles. Show compassion, but don't let it drag you down. When negativity arises, steer the conversation towards solutions rather than dwelling on problems. This helps shift the focus to a positive action. And make sure you're taking care of yourself by doing things that bring you joy and help you recharge. Self-care is the key to staying positive. And you might look at practicing some of the Stoic techniques that we've referred to so far, such as focusing on what you can control and accepting what you can't change. These can help you maintain peace of mind, even in challenging situations. So when resilience pizza and cupcakes might seem like an easy way for a company to show they care about well-being, they're really just superficial solutions that don't address our real needs. And that's why so many organizations are afraid of taking the next step. By understanding the importance of joy and true resilience, and by using insight, for example, from Frederick Herzberg's two-factor theory, leaders can create a more efficient and meaningful approach to employee well-being. Investing in personalized, comprehensive wellness programs that focus on real motivators like recognition, growth, and meaningful work will lead to more engaged, productive, and satisfied workforce. Instead of quick fixes, leaders could focus on what really matters: our long-term health, happiness, and success. And a final word on this topic. Some people bring joy to our lives, either when they come into our lives or when they leave. Mind the gap.